Today's show is brought to you by Recon Text. That's right, Recon Text in Springfield on the corner of 8th and Black. Recon Text. They will give your car a detail that'll make it look better than new. Would you like to get a detail? Call Recon Text 217-670-1132. Call them. Talk to them. Get it scheduled. Get your car cleaned up and looking great. In fact, right now you can do Recon Text. Get a coating, free at 5% of your coating. For the life of the coating, you do not have to wax your car. Just wash it. Come on, sparkling clean. Recon Tech in Springfield. Call 217-670-1132. And Just Beds. That's right, Just Beds. They have a bed for you, whether it be full, queen, king, whatever you need. They have it at Just Beds. Swing on by 3120 Montvale Drive. Lay in a bed, find your bed. And then when you find it, you just lay down. You lay down, you get comfortable, and then just pay for it and go home. They deliver it. They deliver your bed. I don't care where you live, they're going to deliver it. You might be watching from... I don't know where. It might be Chatham. I'd be watching from Pawnee. Even as far as Pana. You might be watching and wondering if they're going to deliver it. They'll deliver it. They deliver your bed, go to your house, they set up the bed. They even tear down your old one, and they take it. They dispose of it properly, unless it's too dirty. If it's too soiled, they throw it in the front yard. Yeah. But it's Just Beds. 3120 Montvale Drive, Just Beds in Springfield. Get yourself a new bed today. Good morning, everyone. We are the Morning Disaster. I'm Ray Lionel.
I'm the Morning Disaster.
We are live. What's going on, you guys? How are you? Let's wish everyone a good morning. I see.
Yes.
We haven't seen Colin in a while. Hey, Colin, what's up, brother?
Well, you know, Colin, he's our youngest listener. He just got out of school.
Yeah, that's right. I guess school just got out for him, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, so he's summer slumming it now, man.
Love it. I love it. You're right. Colin's our youngest listener.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Thanks, Colin. Got Karen. She says good morning. Well, good morning, Karen.
Good morning, Karen.
Good morning.
Holly says good morning, everyone.
Oh, yes. Good morning, Holly.
I'm sure she also says stop thinking about my breast, Steve, because
Open your eyes, Steve.
I think most of the show Steve's thinking about Holly or Kelly or Irene or
no comment.
Woman in some lascivious way. Diane says good morning. Well, good morning, Diane. How are you?
Good morning, Diane.
And good morning, Volkster, who says, morning, Raymond, Christina, chat room, and I guess Mushmouth, a.k.a. Mr. Krabby Pants, or Mayor of Meltdown City. Well, look at that.
Very funny. It's so funny. Woke up, I forgot to laugh.
Tom says, good morning, Ray, Chrissy, Dan, Irene, Big D, Jen, Jason, Amanda, Lovely, Lori, lovely Lori. I guess that should be together. Diane, Holly, and the rest of my crew, listeners in the chat. Irene says, why does Jason sound French?
I don't know.
No idea.
He does sound a little creepy. He sounds like a creepy Frenchman. That's how he started. He started the show kind of going, He sounded a little bit like Pepe Le Pew.
Ooh,
so what's up, people? No Christina today. They're going to like
Look at them. They're going
Out
like
west?
bumfuck Egypt. Yeah.
Yeah, like they're going out to
Going to South Dakota.
South Dakota or something. Yeah. Oh well. But yeah, it's
I've
us.
been there before. It's been a long time though.
I've never been west of what's the
Never been
farthest?
to the Dakotas.
I've been to Minnesota. I really like I love Minneapolis. It's a beautiful city. Of course, I've been to Phoenix. I guess Phoenix is the most west. And I've been to Omaha.
Oh, I've never been there.
Oh, I've been to Salt Lake City.
Oh, no.
And I've been to Las Vegas. So I guess is Vegas the most west I've been? Yeah.
California for me.
Mm-hmm. I've been
I don't think I've ever been to California. I was supposed to go and never went because I didn't interview for this job that I was offered from California. But it wasn't a job offer. It was an interview, and I didn't go.
I've got family out there in California.
Oh well.
I got family out there, but when I went out there, it was because it was one of those family trips, and we were trying to see how many states we could get into out on the west side.
Oh, your poor
and
father.
when we got to California, we just drove right over the edge of California. So, okay, now we're in
I
California.
already feel bad for your father.
Do you? You already feel bad?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think those trips they were supposed to be educational. You know, I never really learned anything on these trips.
Except your parents get pissed off driving with you in the car.
Oh yeah, my dad wanted to go 55 miles an hour. It took a long fucking time to get there and get back.
Oh man. Yeah. Good old Steve. Irene says she was born in California.
Oh.
Yeah. Good for her. Irene said sounds like a hillbilly pastime. Or hillbilly past. Yeah, it is. It probably is. Was a hillbilly pastime. By the way, you can tell Irene's back because she's like, murder, what? Yep. Here you go. A lot of Merlot on this show. Tom says he was born in his mom and came out through her vagina. The vagina. Yep, there you go. Welcome. It is a Tuesday. So we have a lot of things to find out about today, Steve.
Oh,
you know
really?
who we're going to find out from?
Who?
Have to get a lot of updates today.
That's great.
I do have to start the show by last week. Steve said, what did he say? We are being invaded by chichadas. Or what was the word you said, Steve? He said,
chimichangas. What?
No, he said chichada, and I thought he was crazy. What? Yeah. And I thought, I'm like, what in the hell? And I was yelling at him for his pronunciation of cicada. But I was reminded that when I lived in South Texas and in Mexico, they do call them chichada, la chichada.
Oh yeah.
And so I was yelling at Steve for mispronouncing it, but I knew I had heard that somewhere. It turned out that, yeah, when I lived in South Texas and in Mexico, they called them la chichada.
Oh.
So, Steve, you were incorrect for how to pronounce them here in Illinois, but
right.
In a way, you were correct in how they pronounce them in Mexico.
Well, you know, I wasn't 100% sure, but you know, I went to college to learn how to grow grass,
Mhm.
and I had to learn about bugs too. And I thought that's when what it was one that what they said they were called, but I didn't remember. It could have been cicada.
Well, they're
I
called
don't know.
cicadas. That's what we call them
Right.
in Illinois. But I'm just saying, when you get down south and in Mexico, they're la chichada.
Right.
But it is a different language than
Right. Exactly.
English. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, Tom says, "Why does Steve have a knife? Is Steve planning on sacrificing himself with this? Do you have a knife?
He flashed it
Yeah,
on the screen a minute ago.
I did.
What,
Oh, I'm
what knife
sorry.
do you have?
It's a
And why were
paring
you
knife.
putting it on the screen?
It's just a paring knife.
Well, why did you put it on the screen?
I don't know. I just picked
It
it
was
up.
in his hand.
It was on my desk.
Oh, good Lord.
I picked it up and because I had it over here for probably a cooking show. This is, or it slid over here when I was doing the dishes or something. I don't have it anymore. Now I have a water bottle in my hand.
Yeah, I wonder who's going to do stainless tonight. We got no stainless tonight.
I don't have no idea.
Going to be here. Who's going to do stainless? I have no idea.
Oh, Thomas. I've never made finger sandwiches, Tom, but I made finger foods when I caught my fingers on fire in the house fire.
How did you catch your fingers on fire?
Well, see, what happened is I was heating up a pan of grease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you started the fire.
Yeah, and grease boiled over and then caught the wall on fire, then catch the sink, then catch the ceiling on fire. And I thought, oh, Steve, pick up the pan and run out the door with it. Because the out back door was only like 2 steps. It's a real small kitchen.
All right, so you were cooking grease?
Well, I was getting ready to cook French fries for my family. My wife and my stepson at that time when we lived in Illinois.
Yeah.
Well, in all actuality, I've been in 3 house fires.
But I'm just wondering from your description. Okay, I'm wondering from your description. Why would you cook grease and not watch it closely? Why would you leave a room with grease cooking? Yeah, how do you do that? You know what I mean?
Well, what I did is I put the grease on the burner, and then I went to back and watch TV. And the other
Did he just say he went to whack it and watch TV? Is that what he just said?
But I'm just wondering, if you put grease on, why would you not watch it? You got to watch grease. You walked out of the room and you went to watch. What was on TV that was so important?
Probably NASCAR, because it was on Sunday. So it's probably NASCAR on a big screen back then.
So you just left grease burning on the stove.
Well, I was waiting for it to heat up so I could put the French fries in it,
Yeah, but grease is not something you cook, and grease is not something you cook. Thank you, Sydney. And just leave, on the stove. That's something you have to watch.
Well, I learned that it's the second time.
Right. The second time.
But okay, let me get back to how I was injured in this.
No, I want you to just explain why you weren't in the room when the fire started.
Because like I said, there's probably something on TV I want to watch or something like that. So I said, I'm gonna put the grease on, let it heat up, and then I'll go put the fries in. And my wife's like, okay, I was French and frying. I'm sure I was frying something because we didn't eat anything healthy back then. You know, we ate pasta and fried chicken, fried pork chop, and fried this and fried okra and fried fucking you name it. We ate it. But so we did. Then we okay. The pan caught on fire, and my wife goes, "What's that orange light in the kitchen?" I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I looked in the kitchen. Well, then the orange light was the wall that was on fire.
Because you're heating up the grease and you walked out and God knows what it was doing.
Right.
So it probably got over hot and started spitting grease everywhere.
Exactly. It's exactly what it did. And it caught on fire. Well, it was an older house. Well, okay. Now, like I said, this is very small.
Karen says,
kitchen.
I don't even leave a pot of water to boil, let alone grease.
I don't anymore. I don't like cooking with grease without like using an electric skillet or something like that where I can control the exact temperature. I don't like me. You can get a temperature thing, put it in your grease pan. I don't want to I don't fry with lots of oil very much, except when I do make chicken gizzards. I didn't. Those were a fucking flop. Good thing I didn't have a fucking good.
You couldn't get anyone to taste test your food. You wanted to make something. People were so unexcited about what you wanted to make for cooking for the poors, you had to cancel it because you were going to make chicken gizzards. Who in the hell would want chicken gizzards?
Steve, apparently.
I did. I love gizzards. And I was trying a whole new thing. I should say new.
Even Dan, with his hillbilly appetite, wasn't even interested in those chicken gizzards. Good Lord.
Yeah, and I fucked it all up. I mean, they weren't bad, but they just.
Oh, so you did make some for yourself? You made some?
Oh yeah. I just made some for myself. That was my dinner.
Mm-hmm. So what? So you ran back in the kitchen and the wall was on fire. And then what happened? How did you catch your hands on fire?
Okay, and the pan was on fire. So I grabbed, and then we're only talking like maybe 4 feet between.
By the way, Diane says, "How high was he?" You mean how high is he?
Oh, I was. I wasn't high back then. Back then, because that was when I was first married.
All right.
I wasn't high. I didn't do a whole lot. Not in Illinois. No. No, one of it's hard to get in Illinois. It probably isn't now. But,
well, Bubba's there. So.
Yeah, Bubba there. He there. But yeah, grabbed the pan because I wanted to get I learned from my first experience doing this not to put the pan in the sink and run water on it. Because when you run water, it splashes the fire everywhere.
Yeah.
Because water and fire don't mix. Water and oil don't mix. And it catches other things on fire. So I thought to myself, oh, okay, grab the pan and run outside with it and just throw it outside, Okay.
So that's the first thing you did is you just grabbed the pan.
I grabbed the pan and it was summertime. The storm door was closed, but evidently I didn't hit the handle on the storm door to open the door that second, and the pan flipped back, and all that grease and fire landed on this hand. I had my chest and my face, and I went jumping out of the house. On fire!
All right, so look at this, right? You notice that the wall is on fire.
Oh yeah, the whole kitchen was on fire by the time I got there.
And you noticed that it was on fire, and the first thing you did is grab the pan. So the first thing you didn't do was turn down the. I think the first thing I would do was turn the burner off. That would be the first thing.
It was all melted. The fucking dials and everything were melted.
Oh, so it was everything was on fire.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh my God. Number one, it wouldn't have happened with me because I would have never left, hot grease alone. I would have maybe sat down on one of the chairs and watched it to make sure that it wasn't going to burn.
Right.
but you left and went to watch something. You
Yeah.
weren't even in the kitchen. Next thing you know, the whole kitchen's on fire.
Yep.
You go to grab the pan and you're going to throw it outside. But even though you have one hand free, you don't hit the knob to open the door. You just
Exactly.
ran into
Exactly.
you tried to use the pot to open the door?
Yeah. There you go. You know.
Why would you do something so stupid as to try to open the door with the pot and not your free hand?
I don't. That's a good question.
So when you hit the door, all the grease went back on you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you got what? It burned your hand, your chest.
I had whatever they call them. These three, this hand, but right, mostly at the tips of my fingers those were fried. I mean, they were. By the time I screamed, and then the neighbor guy came running to put the fire out, I went back in the house, and instead of calling 911, I called my mom.
How did the neighbor put the fire out?
He came with a fire extinguisher.
Oh, so
he had just a little one, but he was able to. He called the fire department too, but in Illinois, they call them foundation savers.
It
takes about 10 minutes from all you get to the firehouse. Yeah.
Well, I know some volunteer fire departments are pretty quick, but
some of them are, yeah.
Volunteer fire department, all the people have to get from where they are.
Yeah.
They've got to get from where they are to the fire station,
right?
And then they've got to get from the fire station to the fire. So I know there is a bit of a time crunch with a lot of volunteer fire.
Right.
Yes. So you started a fire, almost burnt the house down, all because you weren't watching Grease.
Yep.
Your neighbor came in like a man and put that fire out. Thank God there was at least one man in the neighborhood. And he put the fire out, probably emasculating you. Did your wife thank him properly?
Oh, I'm sure she probably did. I don't remember because I passed out because it hurt so bad.
Good Lord. You were in so much pain that you passed out?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
When did you call your mother?
Before I called the ambulance. I said, I'm going to the hospital, and I passed out. And next thing my mom knew that one of the firemen picked up the phone because she's like, who is this? And she remembers the kid when he was young. And she said, what's going on? And he said, well, he was going to be going to the burn unit. He's burned his hand pretty good. It's okay. But she lived in Springfield at that time, so she was close. And so I went and they had to stop and give me morphine. That was the first time I had morphine. And by the time they stopped in Riverton to give me morphine. By the time I got to Memorial Burn Unit, I was fucked up, man. They wheeled me in there, and my mom was there. She said, oh my God, you guys! I said, no, Mom. Look, I was cooking finger food. My fingers were all fucked up for a while. They don't look too bad now. I mean, I had that fucking. I could hold my hand like that and you get the fluid and just run off of them. It's gross.
We've heard many gross things.
Birdie?
We've heard many gross things about you before. So, you tried to burn your whole house down accidentally, of course. Your neighbor came over and put the fire out.
Yep.
And then you passed out. Amanda says, did your wife give the neighbor a blowjob?
Right.
Tom says, and then to pay the neighbor back for helping you let him bang your wife.
I don't know. They could
like how immediately our listeners jump to some kind of sexual satisfaction.
He was like an old guy. He was like See, this was back when I was in my 40s and he was in his 60s. So,
Mm,
he was old enough to be my parent.
yeah, I'll be damned.
I assumed my wife had already called 911. That's why I didn't call 911.
And the volunteer fire department talked to your mom. I'm going, your boy started another fire, man.
Actually, we did. The first one was when we lived in Indianapolis and I was young. And I had to call the fire department. The same thing. I put a pan of grease on the stove and I went and watched TV. And my brother goes, Steve, the kitchen's on fire. I said, shut up. Not either. Oh, yeah, it was.
Normal people call 911. Steve calls his mom. I'm surprised Steve didn't try pissing on the fire. Oh, good.
No, there was no sense in
This
trying
story
to piss
is,
on it.
you did so many things wrong. I mean, this is, you didn't do anything right. You go to heat up grease and you leave the kitchen. Then everything catches on fire. Your neighbor has to come put it out. You didn't even call 911. You burn yourself. You got obviously 3rd-degree burns on your fingers. And
Oh, yeah.
where else on your body did you burn?
No, bad. It burned some of my chest hairs off.
Good Lord. You call. I still don't understand why you called your mom and not 911.
Like I said, I think it's because I had assumed that my wife, because I could have swore as I was running out the door screaming, call 911, that my wife would have called 911. Because the whole neighborhood knew as soon as I hit the door, because I knew I was burned. I thought I was going to be fucking dead. I thought I'm going right now.
God damn. Well, I mean, you did try to heat up grease and you left the kitchen.
Okay, we've established that now. We've established that
Please, someone in the chat room, let me know. Is there anyone listening to this? Anyone watching this show who would go to heat up grease and leave the kitchen? Would anyone do that? Would anyone leave burning grease on a stove and not watch it? Would anyone? There's no one saying they would do it, Steve. No one. You're the only one that was dumb enough to leave heating grease on the stove by itself. Just you. You are the only one. Congratulations.
Do I get a medal?
No. You need a bop of the head's what you need. Good Lord. What a mess.
I never wear a shirt, Tom.
So you were basically naked?
No, I had shorts on. I'm sure.
You would sit with your family. You're weighing 500 pounds. You're with your family. You didn't have anything on but shorts. Good Lord. Oh,
yeah.
Oh my God. I just
back then my back didn't look the way it does now. My back is in bad shape now, but most of it because of the motorcycle accident. But it's I've had it's in bad shape. Even Big Dino is still when I have my shirt off. Like, oh my God, what's that scarf?
No one was talking about your back. Your big lumpy back.
Oh, I didn't know it's caved in.
No one was talking about your back. That was you bringing that up. You still haven't explained why you left the kitchen.
Oh my goodness, this was a while ago. But I'm sure it was something was on TV, or it had to be something on TV because that's all we did is watch TV.
Good Lord. You really are something.
and worked, and it wasn't because it was during the week. It was like it was on. I'm almost 100% sure it was on a Sunday afternoon. On a Sunday afternoon, I bet I could have to go see it. I think I got the discharge paper from the hospital in that fucking thing my mom made me a couple years ago. A little crazy shit I've done over my life.
Your poor mother. And what night was this? Do you remember what it was? A Sunday.
It had to be Sunday, yeah.
How much damage were you renting this house?
Yes.
Oh, good Lord. Did you have renter's insurance?
No.
Oh, Jesus.
We didn't lose anything except some fans.
Well, I'm sure the owner of the home was not happy.
No, they weren't. I don't think they were happy.
Did they kick you out?
I believe we moved out.
So you...
Yeah. They didn't kick us out, but they I remember what it was. They were having a hard time getting their insurance company to help remodel the kitchen because the whole wall needed to be replaced.
Yeah, because their tenant was the one who burnt it down.
Right. So we had to move.
When you own a property, it only covers so much. If you have tenants, they're supposed to get renter's insurance.
Right.
Which really doesn't cost that much. Renter's insurance is fairly cheap.
No. Especially if you get it through your car insurance. You bundle it all together. Hell.
Mm-hmm. But you are
I really should have it here.
You are really something.
That's what people tell me. How's Steve's mom? Well, Steve's mom's not doing too bad.
Your mom's doing better?
Yeah. I talked to her a couple
finally
times.
Has the memory of the grease fires and everything out of her.
Oh, she always remembers grease fires. No, she's getting ready to go home. She's going home Thursday, and she wanted to know if
she's at the rehab now, not at the hospital.
Well, she's in the hospital. She's leaving. She never did go to rehab.
Oh,
well, the hospital. Well, rehab's in the hospital. Yeah, I'm sorry. She's been in pain.
Oh, she's been in the pain hospital. Okay.
Yeah, and since she can walk now with a cane, so that's good. She got her stitches out of her arm, and
even though one of her legs is busted, is that right?
No, it was. Yeah, her foot was broken. Yeah, well, they got her in one of those like a boot because it's more of a fracture than it is a break.
Yeah.
So they got her in her boot. She said she wanted to know if I could come over and stay a couple of days. I'm like, well, I thought about it, and I thought, well, I could. I suppose I could, And then I got to thinking, well, what?
So your mom asked
get over there. I don't.
Your mom asked you to go to Pana? Oh, is he cutting out?
Yeah.
I thought, well, so your truck's not done? No. Well,
I can't. I don't
she
hear
said, okay, that's no problem. She said, no big deal. She said, I just needed somebody for the first 4 or 5 days because she still has to sleep with the brace on. Yeah. And she needed help. No, I'm sorry. She doesn't have to sleep with it. She can take it off, sleep, but she needs help in the morning to put it back on and stuff like that. But she needs somebody because she doesn't have a vehicle. She needs somebody with a vehicle that could like run to Walmart or run to Walgreens or something like that.
So your mom needed someone with a vehicle to do all her running. So you had to tell her that you still, even though she paid all that money to send you to learn how to fix cars. Yeah, how much money do you think they paid to get you to learn how to fix cars?
Let's say about $10,000 in 1985.
So but you had to tell her your car's broken down.
Yeah.
Oh boy. And then tell her this because I offered, please Tell everyone how wonderful I was offering.
Well, Ray called and offered. He said, hey, if you need to get over there, just spend time with your mom. He said, we can, me and D can run you over there. And I said, yeah, I appreciate that. And I'm sure Christina would have done it too if I'd asked, but I know, okay. Then my mom said, well, I need somebody with a car. And Tom says, well, those places deliver. Well, this is Payne, Illinois. They don't have DoorDash and Ding Dong Dash. They don't even have a Walmart. You have to get to Walmart in Taylorville, which is like 20 miles away. So,
yeah,
or Shelbyville, one or two. So, but yeah, so it's all taken care of. Her, I said, well, I guess it's taken care of. I said, well, what about, my Aunt Barb lives right next door. She said, I don't want to talk about your goddamn Aunt Barb. Oh.
She doesn't want to talk about her.
Ever since you sent that goddamn picture to her, she won't talk to me. Like, Mom, well, I didn't. I said, I told you what the picture was. I don't know what her problem is. I said, okay.
You are really
your Aunt Barb said she will not be helping me when I get home. Oh, I'm sorry. Hope enough for me,
And your Aunt Barb is her sister?
Yeah, her sister. Her only sister that's left.
So you've now ruined her relationship with her only living.
Evidently, I've ruined that relationship. Oh, that's not even a topper. I have a feeling. I have a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. I have a feeling that I have been excommunicated by my whole family over those pictures. Because
for those, by the way, for those that don't know, let me recap for people who are maybe checking us out and don't know the story. Steve forced Big D to come over to his house and take naked pictures and take nude pictures of him. And Big D said, "Oh, this would be funny. Let me get Jen in the photos with Steve." And so Steve was naked and Big D was naked. And there was a picture of Steve, Jen, and Big D all naked, and they got pictures. And for some reason, God, how hysterical.
Oh. I'm done. How long I gotta do this for?
The day it happened. Okay. So they took the pictures, and for some reason, Steve sent the naked pictures to his aunt. Which is crazy. Why would you send?
It was accident. I don't remember how I was trying to send a message to somebody, and my fingers were moving too fast or something. And after I hit send, then I saw it said, what? No, I hope I didn't send that to my Aunt Barb.
If you knew it was naked photos, why weren't you more careful with what you were doing?
Look, I don't know. I've never had many naked photos.
Who were you trying to send them to?
I don't remember. I might not even been trying to send. I might have been trying to send something else, and those pictures get shit.
How do you not remember?
Well, it's things like that I try to forget. I think he was trying to send them to TJ.
So why were you trying to send them to TJ? Why would you send your naked photos to TJ? And I thought you sent naked photos to TJ and Adam.
I didn't send Adam.
Maybe TJ said. Well, TJ was doing his show.
Well, I sent TJ the pictures during his show.
I saw a clip of, yeah. And then
That's
TJ
it.
said,
I was going to send it to Christina because I asked Christina. I said, "Do you want to see him?" And I had a whole bunch of people all lined up.
"Oh,
And
good
Christina says,
Lord."
"No, I don't want to see him. I've already seen him."
Mhm. Big D showed me. Yeah, you're sending pictures to TJ hoping he would reciprocate and send you back some nudes.
Oh no,
Right.
no, thank you.
So you sent them accidentally to your Aunt Barb.
Yes.
Okay, now what do you think has happened because of you
Well,
sending?
I hopefully I forgot about this, but my uncle, one of my my uncle Max, who was married to my Aunt Sam, passed away last winter. But they've always been planning this celebration of life for May.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. I don't remember what day it was or nothing, but because he had his grandson wanted to come from London, England, and they wanted to
your
get out.
grandson living in London. Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah. So but that was all this past weekend. Of course, I wasn't able to attend because I didn't have a vehicle. But I think because I made a comment, my cousin Julie posted on Facebook about it. I said, I'm sorry I wasn't able to attend. And she sent me a private message and she said, Stephen, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry you're feeling so poorly. I said, had nothing to do with feeling poorly. I said, my truck don't run. Oh, well, Aunt Barb said, I think, oh, shit. So I have a feeling Aunt Barb has told cousins and everybody else that Stephen.
So she used the funeral. She used the funeral to spread the story of, look at these pictures that.
Yes.
Look at these pictures that your cousin Steven sent me.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good Lord. So your naked photos were the hit of the funeral.
Oh, I'm sure they were.
Unbelievable.
I hope not. I hope she deleted them. I guess she's not talking to anybody on this side of the family. I asked my brother, I said, you talking to Aunt Barb lately? He said, nope. So maybe she hates the whole family. I said, I didn't send you any crazy pictures, did I? He said, no. I said, good. I said, you want to see them? He said, what are they? Me naked? No.
Oh, good Lord. So you were offering to send naked photos to other family members?
My brother.
You got a problem. You've got a problem. Why would you want to send naked photos of yourself to your friend?
I asked him, I was polite. I asked him if he wanted to see them. I didn't just immediately send them to him.
Why would you think he'd want to see them?
I don't know.
I don't know why anyone would want to see naked photos of you. Right? You do realize that, correct? There's no one out there going, oh, man,
I do that.
Be complete if I just see naked photos of Steve. You do realize there's no one out there saying that, correct?
Well, yeah, actually, I do.
So stop asking people. Stop asking people if they want to see your nude photos. No one wants to see them. I mean, good Lord. It's disturbing.
Oh, yeah.
Very disturbing. Did you when did you find out that your family was shunning you? Do you think they're shunning you now? Is that what it is?
Oh, I don't know. I think it's because I wasn't there. Nobody knew.
Mm-hmm.
Last time people knew anything, last time people knew hear anything about me is when I had my heart attack. So they still assuming I'm still trying to recuperate from that. which I've already recuperated from that 100%. I've moved on with my life.
Does
Now,
your
and
family, do they think that there's something wrong with you?
here we are. Oh, there it goes. Oh, there it goes.
I'm just saying, does your family think? Does your family think? Does your family think there's something wrong with you?
No, I don't think so. Because believe me, I have cousins that
They
are a
don't
lot
think
worse
it,
off than
Ray,
that.
they know.
I have cousins that are a lot worse off than those pictures. So
You
I
really,
know.
you have cousins that are worse off than you. You're not the most talked about member of your family.
Well, I could be now, but I wasn't at one time. I know that for a fact.
But you honestly feel that there are worse people in your family than you.
Well,
Because I've heard all your I've heard your stories.
Oh yeah.
And I find it hard to believe that there are worse people than you and your family.
Well, I'm not saying they're worse people, but I think they're people that probably talked about them. Well, yeah,
Who in your family is talked about more?
probably my cousin. No, not me. My cousin Christopher.
What's wrong with Christopher?
He's transitioning.
Oh, he's transitioning.
Yeah, and he just came out. About like a year or so ago, and he's actually my second cousin. He's my cousin Kim's son, and my cousin Kim
good.
disowned him.
Why?
Because what he's doing.
Why did she disown him?
She doesn't.
Oh,
and my mom is. It's rough. It's been rough. But he's doing the whole
thing. It could be rough for your cousin, not her son. How old is the kid?
Oh, yeah, he's early 20s.
All right.
Like 23, 24.
So
probably.
I don't know. It's not my situation, but if I would talk about anybody, it'd be your aunt or your cousin. I mean,
right.
Good Lord, what kind of parent doesn't support their child?
Right.
I find that troubling.
Well, but she's like I said, she's gone out to California. She pretty much stays away from everybody else, and her and my mom are real close right now. So, because because my mom, when she was younger, she stayed with our family, while my other aunt was having a mental breakdown, and she lived with.
Where did she learn? Where did the woman learn these feelings that would make her not accept her child?
I don't know. Well, she had a pretty traumatic life early in her life. Her very first child, Lindsay, drowned right in front of them. It was one of those deals where they taken her floating down the river and they hit a wave and the girl fell out and got tangled in underbrush.
What is your second cousin's name now?
Oh, what's his name? Valerie.
Valerie
now.
So do you call him Val? Do you call her Valerie?
He is Valerie.
Well, he's a she. He wants to be, or she wants to be called Valerie. So call her Valerie.
Yeah. Right. She's even changed her name on Facebook to Valerie. So that's what everybody calls her. And I don't have a problem with it. I have other.
Well, you're just calling her Christopher. We weren't calling her Valerie.
Right.
Do you think they talk more about Valerie than you?
Oh, probably, but they don't anymore. But if her name was to come up, yeah. We have so many. I have a cousin that once dated guys, and then she decided she wanted to be a lesbian, and she's had whatever they do, whether she goes in and has a baby impregnated in her and has a baby. So, she's married to another woman, but they have 2 kids now that she conceived. She had to go wherever. get it, whatever they
Yeah.
call
A
it.
lot of
Yeah.
lesbian couples do that.
But that, I have no problem with any of this, But I'm just saying, my aunt, who's old school, at one time would have problems with this shit like that. She said my aunt Barb has a problem with me smoking weed, and all of her kids that live in Denver, Colorado, and they fucking bigger stoners than I am. And Steven, I can't believe you do that stuff. Don't do that stuff around me. I said, your own fucking kids do it. I
Well,
sat in the
your
fucking my
stories-
mom's garage and got high with my cousin Chrissy one time when I was over there.
So you're saying that you don't think you're the worst because I'm listening to your family. Nobody seems worse than you. I mean, who's committed the most felonies?
Well, a lot of people don't know about a lot of this.
Who is,
A lot of people, well, unless they listen to the
committed
show,
most felonies? You or your lesbian cousin that's pregnant, or your transitioning cousin
well, I'm sure
who
they've
now goes by
committed.
Valerie. Do you think they've committed the more felonies?
They've never committed any felonies.
Okay, but somehow you think you're better than them?
So you hold the record for the family, right?
Well, I would imagine.
Wait a minute.
I would imagine he's the record holder for that, don't you think?
Would have to be.
Never. Well, let me just say this right here.
Yeah.
Never convicted.
All right. We do know you're never convicted, yeah. We are aware.
Never. Only one time. Never even went to jail. I went to the jail one time. I didn't want to go to jail. I just went there.
And what did you go to jail for? Impersonating a police officer?
Well, originally it was supposed to be booked on manslaughter, but
Oh. Oh, good Lord. Oh, my God.
let's just say there were a lot of phone calls made that night.
Oh,
A lot of.
Yeah.
Thank God my mom works for the state police.
Oh, my God.
Thank God my parents are rich, so they can afford a good lawyer.
You are really something. Your poor parents. Which parents have the most shame of their child? I think you'd win that award. I think you would win that award.
I probably would. I probably would. And that's another one of my problems. Everybody wants to make their parents proud. I have not done anything in my life that I've ever heard my mom say, "Oh, I'm so proud of you for doing that."
Oh.
Never.
You've never heard anyone take pride in anything you've done?
No. A long time ago, Tom.
So when you graduated college, was there any, I'm proud of you? None of that? You're always talking about these degrees you have. Did you walk through college graduation ceremony or?
Well, at Lincoln Land, no, I didn't. They just sent me the diploma. And in Wichita, no, I didn't get to walk through the ceremony. They sent me my certificate later because I had to leave state. I had to leave state abruptly. So.
Why did you have to leave abruptly? I don't think I've ever heard the story. I know you got in trouble for drug dealing. We've heard that story before.
When my dad came and picked me up.
Yeah.
I had to go back to Illinois.
Your dad came twice. One time he came and yelled at them and then had to pay your tuition again.
Right.
And then he left. And then the other time he had to come and take you with him. What did you do that time? Was that the drug dealing?
I had to go. I went. Yeah. God damn it! I had to go to a place in Bloomington called the Lighthouse, which was like a rehab center at that time, back in the 80s.
For what?
Possible drug addiction.
So, what were you addicted to? I don't think we've ever heard this story.
Meth.
Everything. That's when I was doing all kinds of nasty drugs. I was doing speed. And all that.
This is while you were in college.
Yeah.
That's when you started doing pot. And you also started doing cocaine, and you started doing speed and
Which
one? What were you addicted to?
I think I was probably addicted to speed more than anything.
Yeah.
Black beauties, white crosses.
So your dad had to drive to Wichita, Kansas.
Yeah.
Your poor father. He had to drive to Wichita, Kansas, pick you up.
And don't forget he had to buy me. Don't forget he had to buy me a new car because remember I told you I totaled my car when I hit that concrete wall that night.
That's right. Yeah. So you just left your car in Kansas?
Yeah, that was in Kansas. And when my dad came to pick me up, he didn't know anything about it. He didn't know the car was ready. And he saw it up on because we sold the tires and wheels off of it for money to buy drugs. So it was sitting up on 4 jack stands off the front end all smashed in. And he's like, where the hell was your car at? I was sitting right there out there in the parking lot. He said, what are you talking about? He said, oh, he's out there, a piece of junk that looks like somebody smashed into a wall with no tires on it. I said, well, that's my graduation present that you bought me a year and a half ago. $1986 IROC Camaro Z.
Your poor father. Oh, good Lord. All right, let me. I'm trying to find the timeline. Let me go to the timeline. So I could put your stint in rehab. Good Lord. All right, here is the Steve timeline, everyone.
Oh boy, look at that. Wow.
I'm going to redo it. I'm adding so much stuff to it. All right. So 1984 or 85?
No, it would have been 86, 87. What year does it have?
Well, here's what I have. 1982.
Oh, yeah.
Had sex with a CPR dummy.
Yeah, that was, sophomore year.
1980 was condom from the bowling alley. 1977 was the car incident.
77? No. 77? I wasn't driving in 77.
72.
82?
No, I have 72, 77, 80, 82, 84 killed a guy, 85 high school. I can't even read my own handwriting.
I graduated high school in 85.
All right. 85, you're in Wichita.
Yep. I went there August of 85.
So, and then 86, you had sex with the 14-year-old.
Okay. Yeah.
So 86, you think is when you went to rehab?
No, it'd be 87.
Oh, 87.
Because I only in Wichita for 9 months. That's all longer that the thing was. They were divided up into 3 sections, 3 months apiece. You had automotive, or you had engines, transmissions.
So 1987 rehab.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to redo the whole timeline because look how busy look how busy this timeline's getting. Good Lord. I have to digitally do the timeline, so I got to add things in it. So 1987, you went to rehab in Bloomington.
Right.
And how long were you in rehab?
30 days.
30 days. And how did you like it?
I made it. I mean, it wasn't my favorite thing to do. I mean, it got me off drugs for a while. I mean,
Yeah.
until
But I mean,
got hooked up.
did you eat well? Did you eat well? Did you start smoking cigarettes or anything like that? Or
yeah, I guess when I worked at Toronto, the gas station on Toronto Road, I always made sure I got them that pack cigarettes. I'm not smoking Merit non-filter, Merit filters. Yeah, but that's when I started hanging out with the Kelly Bunn.
you said you were in love with. You said you were in love with Kelly Bunn. That was 87.
Oh yeah. And we were hanging out. We were partying at the boathouse. And that's when I got back into drugs.
Oh, so you went to rehab in 87, and then 88's when you started doing drugs again.
Yep.
Congratulations. And then by 88, you were impersonating an officer.
Right around then, because that 88 would have been when my dad died, and
Good Lord.
That's when I tried to kill my mom.
Oh, good Lord. Good Lord. Your poor family. Oh. And then you, well, I'm just looking at the time. There's a bunch of things I could, here's what I have. 87. So, wait a minute. 88. Gas station, Toronto Road, dated Kelly Bunn.
Yeah.
Impersonating an officer. That all happened in 88.
Pretty close, yeah.
And then in 99 and 90 is when you were working at Popeyes and you ripped off the money from Popeyes and moved to Vegas.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, so I'm just reading the timeline to see when all this stuff happened. Oh my God, you are really something. And so Kelly Bunn broke up with you after impersonating an officer, or what? When did she?
I was impersonating an officer was first. That's when I was dating another girl on Assumption.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe you do something like that. You gave all those mag lights to my grandpa, and he is so upset. Well, I'm sorry. And I broke it off with her. That's when I was still living at home. My mom's like, "You're gonna have to, if you're gonna be around here, you're gonna work." So I got the job at Toronto Road, and that's when Kelly Bunn and those guys started coming into the gas station all the time. She always coming. She get full service gas. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll go wait on her. Hey Kelly, how are you? I'm like, oh yeah. She says, oh, Steve,
let me ask you, who was the best looking girl that you were hearing about? This girl from Assumption. We'd never heard about her before. We've heard about Kelly Bunn. But who was the best looking girl that you have ever been with? Because we know you married a big sweat hog. You, we know about some of those, but I'm just saying, who is the best looking? Who is the,
Oh well, I'm just gonna come right out and say it.
Yeah.
Listener Kelly, not Kelly Easton, Kelly Standish. I dated her for a while.
Kelly's attractive. Do you think she was the best looking? So why did you blow it so bad with her?
I got jealous. And it was a big blow up.
Who are you specifically jealous of?
Her. I think I always thought she was always trying to cheat on me because she was so attractive.
So you accused her of cheating on you all the time? Oh, good.
Oh, yeah. I didn't do it all the time, but then there was one time I did, and it was a big blow up. I just remember there was a lot of yelling, and all I heard was "Get the fuck out! Get the fuck out!" And I said, "Give me my fucking phone!" And I threw the fucking phones across the fucking parking lot and shattered the fucking phones.
Good Lord.
And that was the end of that.
Mess. Why are you such a mess?
I don't know. Michelle
So
told me.
you finally ended up with someone attractive.
Yeah.
And that was right after you broke it off with that wife of yours.
Yep.
So why would you blow it?
I don't know. I guess I was just so afraid that she was going to cheat on me, just like my wife did. Ex-wife.
So every time you date someone now, do you think they're going to cheat on you?
Yeah.
Did they all cheat on you or just your wife? Do you have proof of anyone?
I think they, if I think more, I think about it. All of them except Kelly have. Because the first girl, the girl on Assumption did with her ex-husband.
Oh, boy. Well, wait, you dated someone from Assumption in 1987? And she had an ex-husband? Good Lord, you were only...
Yeah.
How old were you? 19?
19. Yeah, she
How
got
the
married at
hell?
16.
Oh.
She had Miss Charity had a kid too.
Oh,
she had a kid in high
Lord.
school. But she was with her ex-husband, and then
What 18-year-old's ready to be a step parent?
Michelle lived with Rafi for a while after we lived together. Rafi, and I know she's because I never mind. And then
Who was Rafi?
a friend of hers, a gambling friend.
Oh boy.
She lived with him, and they slept in the same bed. So I know
good.
damn good one of them. But and my wife.
We know your wife screwed around on you.
Ed. Well, of course, there was a gal that I turned into a lesbian. She cheated on me with a woman.
Right.
And
while you were with her.
Well, that's why we broke up. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Girl. So how long were you with the girl when she turned lesbian?
Who?
How long were you with the girl who turned lesbian?
Oh, not long. Maybe a few months.
So all it took was a couple rides of you, and she decided this.
She might have found, because you remember this, the girl that I told you turned lesbian. That was also Aunt Carolyn's daughter.
Oh, you had sex with Aunt Carolyn.
Yeah,
and then you dated her daughter.
Yeah, and her daughter turned lesbian on me.
Oh, good Lord.
I hope somebody's writing all this down, but I hate to repeat it all the time.
I haven't written all that down. No, I haven't written that down. We'll have to do the timeline again one day. We'll just take it from the top and they'll start over again.
Oh, jeez, that'll take a day.
So Aunt Carolyn's daughter, is she still lesbian or did she revert back?
Oh yeah, she's still.
Well, that's good. Well,
there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just
saying that you.
I kind of wish you should have.
But I'm saying she was so decisive after being with you that you,
Sometimes I think a lot of it had to do with my small penis.
You think that your small penis is what turned girls lesbian?
Yep. Or turns them away, one of the two.
Well, how many of them turned lesbian after being with you?
Oh, turned lesbian? Oh, just one.
Well,
yeah, just one. Turned lesbian.
That's
Well, that's good.
I think. Now, I wasn't sure about the ladies in Mattoon because they already lived together before I moved in.
Do you think that they were maybe lesbians?
No, I just think they were a couple old ladies that lived together.
And all you did was smoke pot and
Yep.
live with them.
Smoke pot and eat. And she threw me out because I wouldn't go with her to her daughter's house on Mother's Day.
That's right. I do remember that.
Get
But
the
you
fuck
said
out
you
the
weren't-
house.
But you weren't dating her, right?
No, I was sleeping in the same bed with her, but we weren't
Oh.
having any kind of intercourse.
Well, I see. I think sleeping in the same bed with someone is,
Well, we shared the same bed.
yeah, but you don't share the same bed with, you know what I mean? That's not something that people do, right?
I guess.
I just realized my undershirt is on backwards. You know what I mean?
All right.
So I'm
Oh,
trying
it's
to,
got a tag on it.
yeah, well, I'm trying to get it flipped around.
That takes talent. I can never do that.
Thank you. I believe I'm talented. All right, let me.
That's talented. There.
Look at this. I just did it, huh?
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, here's the hard part. It's getting your arms through those sleeves.
No problem. This is no problem at all. So I got my undershirt completely flipped around. Yeah, because I looked in it and it was like, oh my God, I saw the tag in the front. All right. Tom says Steve wants everything written down so when he goes on trial, it's there in black and white so he doesn't have to repeat it. I want to make another timeline. The Steve Stanton timeline. It is unbelievable. Where we have to put a lot more felonies in it.
Well, I suppose I could start putting something like that together. Or in chronological order. Whatever,
Yeah.
thank you. Let's just say from
Well, you are really something.
junior year in high school to now. Oh shit. That's a lot. That's a lot. God.
Joel says Chris Hansen will be knocking on your door soon.
No.
Yeah.
Nobody be knocking on my door.
Unbelievable. So have you seen anything in the news going? Is anything going on that made you
Did you see the Mike Tyson fight got canceled?
I heard that it was postponed because he had a blood clot or something, or
might take time off. Ulcer or something.
I'll be damned. I do see that the American dollar is at its strongest since the 1980s.
Oh.
How about that? Wow. Not bad. Mexico elected a female president.
Ooh. Yay.
I can't believe they elected a female president before we did.
Right,
I mean, come on. I mean, I just don't understand it. How have we never elected a female president?
That's a good question. England's had many of them. I don't know, presidents, but prime ministers.
Their prime minister, yeah. Well, they had them. Well, they had one.
Oh, well, isn't the prime minister like the president?
Yeah, they've had one.
Margaret Thatcher.
I'm just saying, how has the United States not been first at that? I mean, good Lord. You know?
Right.
We let Mexico elect a female president before we did? Good Lord. A group of AI insiders, all right, are now saying that these are people that have worked with AI, artificial intelligence.
Right.
And they have noticed what artificial intelligence does. And so they're now warning people. That there is some danger in artificial intelligence. And they've actually said that the probability artificial intelligence will destroy humanity is 70%. These are people working in artificial intelligence are now warning, saying, hey, listen, there's a probability of 70% that artificial intelligence will destroy humanity.
Ooh.
And that has always been, when it comes to science fiction and stuff, that is always, that's always been what every science fiction story has always been about. There's always artificial intelligence somehow wanting to defeat man. If you've watched Terminator or the Creator or so many movies
Right.
about artificial intelligence, that's always the plot.
Megan.
And now you're seeing people working in artificial intelligence getting out of it and saying, yeah, artificial intelligence there's a danger to it. Because artificial intelligence, the way it's programmed is so that it doesn't commit the same errors that man commits. Okay.
Oh.
So you end up with an artificial intelligence that believes man is flawed. You know what I mean? So artificial intelligence already comes with the preconceived notion that man is flawed. So why wouldn't they take over humanity? Because they think that the decisions we make are flawed.
Right.
Which is correct. I mean,
That's
we
true,
make a lot of flawed decisions.
Oh yeah, I'm very flawed.
But these people that were working artificial intelligence that are getting out are saying, they're saying it's 70% probability that artificial intelligence will end humanity.
All right.
Good Lord.
That's scary.
Yeah. That's a bit disturbing, isn't it? Very disturbing. I'm just putting it out there. And there's a lot of businesses And businesses love artificial intelligence because you don't have to pay a robot a salary. You just
Exactly.
all you do is just buy the robot and it could work 24 hours a day for you.
I see that happening very soon.
That's kind of scary.
I see Walmart going to all self-check.
Well, you know what's scary? Read up on the plans for robot to take over the not transportation, but the shipping industry.
Oh, yeah.
As in trucking. You look at the plans for trucks, okay? They have these there are plans for all the truck driving jobs to be taken over by robots.
Right.
Or self-driving cars. Self-driving cars or self-driving big rigs, 16-wheelers or whatever, to go 24 hours a day means they can deliver a package from,
right,
from for San Francisco. They can deliver San Francisco to, to Illinois, to Chicago in so many hours straight, just stopping for gas to refuel. It's crazy.
Yeah.
They can deliver from Baltimore to, how long is it going to take to go from Baltimore to Indiana? So they can get goods in, one trip because they don't have to worry about sleep and things like that. So if you read up on it, that's scary stuff. But I'll tell you, it's the other frightening thing is that they'll be on the roads.
Right.
And that's what's scary.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're on the roads too, trying to drive to places.
Right.
And these are big 16-wheelers,
Yep.
And if they don't stop, it's scary.
Yeah, they're not gonna have the human emotions and stuff.
Yeah.
Shit, they run right over you.
Yeah. So it's scary. But if you look at how many people are for a living, how many people drive a truck?
Wow. Yeah.
Think about those guys all being unemployed.
Oh.
I mean, just think about it. Think about how many guys that are truck drivers suddenly being unemployed. Right? That's kind of frightening, isn't it?
Yeah.
When I read about this artificial intelligence, taking over the trucking industry, that's scary stuff. Just because it'd have to be perfect to interact with the rest of us driving.
Right. Yeah.
And of course, corporate America is ready. They're like, yeah, we're sick of paying these truck drivers.
Mm-hmm.
So give us the robots.
They already have self-driving cars.
Yeah. But there's still humans behind the wheels of those self-driving cars. You know what I mean? But the truck driving industry, they're talking about there's no human in there guiding it. It's just the plan is to just have self-driving trucks making all these deliveries, which is kind of scary. When you think about how many people will lose their job, How are they going to make up for those jobs? What are they going to do when all those people are fired?
They took their jobs.
Yeah, but I'm serious. What, Jason? How long do you think before could they come up with an AI to deliver the mail? Then what the hell's going to happen to all the guys that they have to all the people they have to lay off? So start thinking about it. I mean, we're not prepared. We as a society are not prepared for so many people. For so many people to be out of work. It's frightening. So, yeah. I don't think I'd want to ride in an artificial intelligence Uber.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, I would definitely not be fun. Very creepy.
Think about it. It's nutty.
Yeah.
So I don't know when they're planning on this stuff happening, but think about it. As soon as artificial intelligence gets involved in the trucking industry and they're all over the streets, as soon as they're doing that, you know, what the hell's going to happen to the roads?
How it says she feels bad for the future generation. You know, I just think about that because I mean, my youngest niece is 13, and she already. You know, this is weird because of course she's a different generation. You know, when I was 13 years old, I think I wanted to be a professional golfer or something like that. You know, she wants to be an astrophysicist.
That's great because I think astrophysicists will still have a job.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
But think about it. When so many people are unemployed, they're going to have to create a universal income.
Yeah.
Now, so they're going to automatically give people so many dollars per month to use. Now, what about the people who have worked their ass off for their entire life to get a pension or whatever, but they've worked to get money to be given to them? And now they have to face all of society getting money. How are we going to deal with that? How are we going to deal with that? How will we deal with people? Is that going to make everybody lazy? Is it going to make what was that cartoon, Wall-E?
Oh, Wall-E,
where everybody's just lazy and they ride around in recliners. I mean, just think about it. So, I mean, just think about it's just crazy. It is, you know. There's a lot of questions. Lori says, and you want to live to age 300, Ray? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd love to live. I'd love to live to age 1,000. Are you kidding? I don't want to ever die. I'm just interested. I'm interested in how we do all this stuff. Dan says rich people will never allow global economy and global currency. They don't want everyone to be equal. Well, they won't be equal. They'll come up and they'll say everybody's going to get $1,000 a month. We'll give everybody $1,000 a month, and that's what you'll have to live on. But the rich people, well, they're not going to take away money you have when they start this. The rich people are still going to have how much money stored up.
I think, you know, I was somewhere I saw this. I think what's going to happen, it was in that show Fallout. I don't think there's not going to be money system. You know, in Fallout, they traded bottle caps for shit.
Yeah.
How many bottle caps you give me for that? Oh.
I'm just telling you, just think about it. I mean, this could be the future we're looking at.
Yeah.
And if they're worried about artificial intelligence not liking humanity and wanting to do something about it, imagine if AI is filling the highways. How hard is it going to be for them to end humanity?
Right.
Meanwhile, I see Holly saying, it just pisses me off that I paid into SSI and I won't see it.
Well, you wouldn't see it you wouldn't get it till you were 50. I mean, even if you were disabled.
Well, listen.
That's what they told me. I had to wait till I was 50 to get it.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. There's still going to be, you'll still be able to invest in things.
Right.
It'll just make equitables more important. And SSI, listen, if they just made every single person that gets a paycheck, they can fix Social Security like this. They can fix it like they can do it that quick.
Right.
All right. They can
Ray,
do it.
they're saying in the chat that
I'm so sick and tired of seeing anything about Christina. I've gotten 70 fucking texts. I know what's going on. The show's almost done. I'll go up and I'll open the garage door. Please, at least listen to the last 2 minutes of the show.
Oh, no. 2017 is going to be misappropriation of funds. Ooh.
I'm saying that there's a way we could fix Social Security right now.
Right. Well, yeah. That's true.
There is a tax that we pay. I'm saying everybody watching the show, everybody on this show, every single paycheck we've ever gotten, we have paid into the payroll tax. We have paid every paycheck.
Yeah.
Okay. Every check. Every paycheck. However, there is a cap. There is a cap on, for some reason, they set the cap that once you make so much money, you stop paying a tax. We've paid like 6% every paycheck we've ever gotten. We pay 6% into Social Security. All right. 6% every single paycheck you've gotten until you make $168,000. Then you stop paying it. All right. All they got to do is remove the cap. Because there's a ton of people in this country who pay it for like one paycheck and then they stop paying it because they've already hit the cap.
Right.
So if they have all those people pay their 6% tax, then it would all bring in, it would fix Social Security. There's people who earn, there's people who earn a lot of money that don't pay it.
Right.
People who make millions of dollars a year, they get one paycheck where they have to pay the payroll.
Have to pay them more, yeah.
All they've got to do is just say, from now on, every single check you get for payroll, you pay it. No questions. And it'll be fixed. There'll be so much money. There will be so much money in Social Security, they'll fix it. They'll fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've got to lift that cap. And I remember Obama, Obama suggested this. Obama suggested this at a State of the Union, and he was booed by the entire Republican Party and many Democrats. He suggested it at a State of the Union, and the Republican Party, entire party booed him. But here's the shocking thing. There were members of the Democratic Party that booed him as well, which is crazy. So he never suggested it again.
Right.
But that's the first thing they can do to fix it. It's crazy. It's nuts. So I think they definitely have to look at that.
Oh, definitely. Sounds like the easiest. Yeah, man.
Think about the corporations now. Corporations are going to get all their profits. They're going to get all their profits, but they're going to lose paying people to do the jobs with artificial intelligence. So they're going to have to pay something.
Oh, yeah.
They will have to force them to pay something in taxes where they can afford to think about it. I don't know what else, Yeah. Anyway, I got to wrap up the show, guys. It's getting late. I just looked at the time. We'll wrap it up now. Come back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow at 8 a.m. for another show.
Mm-hmm.
No Christina this week. So you're relying on me and Steve. Oh, my God.
Big
I'm sorry.
shoes to fill.
I'm sorry. When you think of that, it's pretty scary, isn't it? Oh, Lord. All right. We'll wrap it up. Thank you so much. That's it. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody.